Ever wonder what people do in the bake shop at night? Well, I'm Ronald Roberts. I'm a student at Kaiser University in Sarasota, Florida. I'm currently enrolled in the bakery and pastry program, and I am currently on externship in North Carolina working night shift. You know I'm credit worthy because I got the jacket and I got the hat. So let's get to it. First thing we're going to do is set up. Normally when I come in, the first things that I do is turn on the proofer, make sure that the humidity and the temperature are correct for proofing my items, things such as my cinnamon rolls, my sticky buns, my croissants, ham and cheese croissants, chocolate croissants, and cherry cheese croissants. There are a few other items that we bake off, such as bread rolls, but we usually do that later on in the night. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set my conventional ovens, which aren't really over here, but they're over here. We'll set them to 340, and I'm going to bake off things in that, like my muffins and my turnovers and other various stuff. On the other side, we have a big oven that holds 15 of these, full sheets that are 2 of these, and holds 15 of those, and it rotates. And I set that 175 degrees, and I bake off stuff like my cinnamon rolls, my bread rolls, and some of my other croissants and other various items throughout the night. Now that I have all my equipment set up and ready to go, I have to gather stuff like sheet pans and bench knives and scissors and various other things. Shouldn't throw scissors, that's a bad idea. Various other things that we need throughout the night, such as flour for dusting for when I'm making my products and setting things up. Now that we know about the mise en place, which is having everything in its place, let's get to production. I do things like, now that all my stuff is together, I do things like sheet up product that has already been made for me by the shift before me, or things that I use from the night before, that I prepared the night before, such as danishes and stuff like that. And basically I take all that stuff out of the fridge or the freezer, I tray it up. Some stuff needs to be egg washed, and I get that stuff prepared and ready to go. And some stuff, like I said, needs to go into the proofer, like my cinnamon rolls. So I get all that stuff, get it all ready, put it in the respective ovens, and I cook them off. Once they are cooked off, I then take them out, let them cool on a cooling rack, and then I do various things like glaze them with apricot glaze. Some things get just regular sugar white glaze, other things get chocolate glaze, and some stuff get snow sugar on top, which is really pretty. Now that all that stuff is usually cooked off and iced, the next thing, and that stuff usually takes about 2 to anywhere up to 3 hours, depending on how much product that I have to make for the next day. After all that stuff is done, which is usually around 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, I then have to turn around and make stuff for the next couple of days. I make things like cinnamon rolls, I make things like turnovers, apple turnovers, and raspberry turnovers, all kinds of good stuff. Cinnamon rolls are probably my favorite. I've been making cinnamon rolls for a long time, selling them at farmers markets and things like that, so I really enjoy making cinnamon rolls. But I do a lot of that stuff, and depending on how much we need is how much I gotta make. That makes sense, right? And after all that stuff is prepared, then usually the next thing that I'm doing is getting ready for the next shift. And that's pretty much most of my night. The next thing that we're doing is closing. So let's get on to closing. The next thing that we usually do is take everything, and now that it's cool and it's decorated and it looks great, we gotta wrap it, label it, and date it so that people know where it's going, and they know what the date it is, so they know it's fresh and delicious. And clean up. So basically the cleanup consists of washing all our utensils that we got dirty, and cleaning the bake shop, cleaning the table, things like that. And just getting ready really for the next shift to come in so that they can do the production in a nice clean kitchen. Make sure that all my equipment is turned off and everything is ready. So now you know it all. And now that you know it all and you're aware of what goes on the night shift of setup, production, and closing, you'll be able to enjoy those breakfast pastries just a little bit more. Thank you.